And let's say you create a new one for port 5 PSK, port 5 PSK, apply. By default, your SSIDs are disabled. Okay, so you have to enable them, and broadcast is already enabled. And then you create an interface and connect. Next is the security option. Okay, and it's a layer 2 security. So any idea what would be a layer 3 security? So though I had no plans to cover it up, but now since we could see that, let's have a good understanding about what's layer 2 and layer 3 security. So what would be the primary difference? The primary difference is in layer 2, authentication happens first and then you get the IP address. Whereas in layer 3 security, you first get the IP address and then you get authenticated. Okay. Can anyone let me know what would be the real example for layer 3 security?
ICE.
ICE is really a server.
No, I mean this NAC, network access control, Cisco AnyConnect.
You get an IP, then you get authenticated, is it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So the example is your guest auth, or you can say the web auth. So in guest connectivity, what happens? Let's say if you go to airports, right? You see an SSID, you try to connect, and then it takes you to a portal page where you have to type your maybe phone number or email, or sometimes just go through like that. Now, just think, how come your client gets to a portal? Because to reach a portal, there has to be some connectivity via IP, right? So this is where these two security methods differ. When you talk about pre-shared method or you talk about enterprise security, which is .1x, till the time you do not get authenticated with the credentials, you won't be able to get an IP address and you won't be able to access the network. It would be just like a cable connected to a switch without any uplinks to the switch. But when it comes to guest auth, first you get the IP address, because the configuration is done in a way where as soon as you connect to the entity, it forwards your DHCP and the DNS request to the servers. From them, you get the IP address and the reachability to the DNS. That's the reason by default, when you hit, you get that landing page. And once you provide your credentials on that landing page, or you just click yes or approve, then you get authenticated and you get internet access. So this is how these two technologies differ, right? So let's see in the layer 2 security. Now, if you explore the console of your controller or the GUI, you'll see a lot many options and it will be self-explanatory. So if you see layer 2, right, we have none. It's an open auth, or we can use WPA or WPA2 as a key management, or PA3, enhanced open, .x only, static web plus .1x, CKIP, and all that stuff. But mostly what's being used is WPA2 and .1x. Okay. If I go to layer 3, it says web policy. The controller will forward DNS traffic to and from wireless clients prior to authentication in absence of explicit deny rule for DNS traffic in pre-auth ACL, right? So few people call it wall garden configuration and different names. That's it. Once you enable web policy, then get the option to just for authentication, or pass through, and then various other features, right? So let's say I use personal, and then I scroll down, and then it says encryption cipher AES. Do you see anywhere TKIP now? It's gone. No more used. Okay. And then you get the option to configure PSK, pre-shared key or passphrase. Now, what happens if I change it to enterprise? The option get changed. And if you could go back to the presentation which you were discussing, it provides a key length of 128, 256, and then there's another protocol CCNP, which I haven't used till date. Or you can use PA2 or PA3. PA3 would now be utilized aggressively going ahead because it's much more advanced. But still, the hardware that will support on the client side, they're still in the manufacturing stage. High-end devices could support because they have that advanced chipset. And because of COVID and because of chip shortage, the manufacturing has been very slow. Okay, so still you'll get issues related to the WPA2 only. But when I enable this and enterprise, you see the PSK option has gone off. I could hardly see that. So what I'm left with, .1x, SHA-1 or .1x SHA-2, or maybe CCKM. CCKM we'll discuss later, right? So that's how these settings gets configured the way you want. WPA is a key management. It can support both PSK or enterprise. Now, if it's PSK, configuring security or passwords here. Therefore, when you go to AAA server, there is no need to configure any server here. But when you go to enterprise, now .1x, for .1x, your credentials would be saved on an LDAP or a AAA server. Hence, you have to provide an IP address here. But it does not reflect like that, or you cannot configure from this page. What you need to do, you first need to go to security, authentication, click new, and type in your server details, IP, shared secret, and a couple of more settings. Let me try that out. 114, which is my eyes, also 43, right? Shared secret. This is CIE. Okay, let's go for this setting. COE is enabled. Okay. Now, if I go to WLAN, PSK, security, AAA, it starts to reflect here. Right? Now, in case in your network you have any SSID which is enterprise, just come to this page AAA server and see how many servers are listed. Then go back to the security page and see how many servers are configured.